Hello, good morning, students. How are you? I think you are quite well. Today we will discuss a new topic, continuous charge distribution. Continuous charge distribution. Continuous charge distribution. Continuous charge distribution. A continuous charge distribution consists of a system of closely spaced charges. A continuous charge distribution consists of a system of closely spaced charges. It should not be assumed that electric charges is continuous or electric charges is not discrete. In fact, continuity of charge implies that discrete charges are very close to each other. What is continuous charge distribution? A continuous charge distribution consists of a system of closely spaced charges. It should not be assumed that electric charges is continuous or electric charges is not discrete. In fact, continuity of charge implies that discrete charges are very close to each other. Now, there are three types of charge distribution. First one is linear charge distribution. Second one is surface charge distribution. And third one is volume charge distribution. Now, we will discuss one by one. First, linear charge distribution. First, linear charge distribution. What is linear charge distribution? In this case, charge is distributed along a line. In this case, charge is distributed along a line, say a straight line. It may be straight line or along the circumference of the circle, or curved line or along the circumference of the circle. Such type of charge distribution is known as linear charge distribution. Such type of charge distribution is known as linear charge distribution or linear charge density. It is represented by lambda. It is defined as charge per unit length. What is linear charge distribution? Charge per unit length, and it is represented by lambda. We can write lambda is equal to limit delta L tends to 0 delta Q upon delta L. This can also be written as lambda is equal to dq upon dl. What is the, for small charge distribution, lambda, small linear charge distribution, lambda is equal to dq upon dl. For large charge distribution, lambda is equal to dq upon dl. For large charge distribution, lambda is equal to q upon L. Lambda is equal to q upon L. What is the unit of linear charge distribution? coulomb per meter. What is the unit of linear charge distribution? Coulomb per meter. Now we will discuss what is surface charge distribution. Surface charge distribution. Second one is surface charge distribution. Surface charge distribution in this case charge is distributed along the surface. In this case charge is distributed along the surface of an object. This is surface of area A. In this case charge is distributed along the surface of an object. Such type of charge distribution is known as surface charge distribution. This is denoted by sigma. Surface charge distribution is defined as charge per unit area. What is surface charge distribution? Surface charge distribution is defined as charge per unit area. It is denoted by sigma. Then sigma is equal to limit delta A tends to 0 delta Q upon delta A. Sigma is can also be written as dq upon dA. What is surface charge distribution? Surface charge distribution is defined as charge per unit area. For small charge, surface charge distribution. For large charge, sigma is equal to q upon A. Sigma is equal to q upon A. What is the unit of surface charge distribution? Coulomb per meter square. Unit coulomb per meter square. Now we will discuss what is volume charge distribution. What is volume charge distribution? Volume charge distribution. In this case, charge is distributed on the some volume of an object. In this case, charge is distributed on the some volume of an object. Such type of charge distribution is known as volume charge distribution. This is closed surface of volume V. Closed surface of volume V. In this case, charge is distributed on some volume of an object. Such type of charge distribution is known as volume charge distribution, and it is denoted by rho. Volume charge distribution is defined as charge per unit volume. Rho is equal to limit delta V tends to 0 delta q upon delta v. This is also written as dq upon dv for large charge distribution. Rho is equal to q upon v. What is the unit of volume charge distribution? Coulomb per meter cube. Unit Coulomb per meter cube. This is the unit of volume charge distribution. Now we will derive the formula for electric field due to an infinitely long straight charge wire. Electric field due to infinitely long straight charge wire. This is the application of the Gauss theorem. This is very most important topic for examination point of view. Electric field due to infinitely long straight charge wire. Electric field due to infinitely long straight charge wire. Consider an infinitely long straight charge wire. Consider, first we draw the diagram. This is infinitely long straight charge wire. This is the cylindrical Gaussian surface. It consists of three surfaces, S1, S2 and S3. This is direction of electric field. This is the surface area. This is the direction of electric field. This is same direction here, electric field and surface area, ds and E. This is electric field. Consider this is electric field also. Suppose its length of the wire inside the Gaussian surface is L and radius is R. Its radius is R. Consider an infinitely long straight charge wire. Consider an infinitely long straight charge wire having uniform linear charge density lambda, Coulomb per meter. By symmetry, magnitude of the field, by symmetry, this field E of line charge is radially outward. By symmetry, this field of line charge is radially outwards and its magnitude is same at all points equidistant from the wire. To determine electric field at distance R, to determine electric field at a distance R, to determine electric field at a distance R from line charge, we choose a cylindrical Gaussian surface whose radius is R and length is L. To determine electric field at a distance R, to determine electric field at a distance R from line charge, we choose a cylindrical Gaussian surface of radius r and length l. This cylinder has three surfaces. This cylinder has three surfaces, two plane surface S1 and S2 and one curved surface S3. Two plane surface S1 and S2 and one curved surface S3. Let phi 1, phi 2 and phi 3 are the electric flux linked with the surface S1, S2 and S3. Then phi E electric flux is equal to S1 E dot ds1 plus S2 E dot ds2 plus S3 E dot ds3. We know A dot B is equal to AB cos theta for the surface S1. E electric field E and area ds are perpendicular to each other for surface S1. For surface S2, E and ds are perpendicular to each other, that is theta is equal to 90 degree. And for surface S3, E and ds are in the same direction, so theta is equal to 0 degree. Then phi E is equal to surface S1 E ds1 cos 90 plus surface for surface S2 E ds2 cos 90 plus for surface S3 E ds3 cos 0. What is the value of cos 90? Cos 90 is equal to 0. And what is the value of cos 0? Cos 0 is equal to 1. Since cos 90 is equal to 0 and cos 0 is equal to 1, then phi E is equal to phi is equal to this become 0 plus this also become 0 plus this become surface S3 E ds3. Now we take E out, then phi E is equal to E ds3, that is S3. Then phi E is equal to E and integration of ds3. What is the integration of dx? X. Similarly, integration of ds3 is S3. And what is the surface area of cylinder? You have already studied it. 2 pi RL. Since S3 is equal to 2 pi RL. Therefore, phi E is equal to E into 2 pi RL. Suppose this is my first equation. Now, length of the wire. Since length of the wire inside a closed surface is L. Since length of the wire inside a closed surface is L, then charge enclosed by the closed surface, charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface, charge enclosed by Gaussian surface since lambda is equal to q upon L, lambda is equal to q upon L, therefore q is equal to lambda into L, q is equal to lambda into L. Since length of the wire inside the Gaussian surface is L, therefore charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface q is equal to lambda L. Now by Gauss theorem we know, by Gauss theorem q phi e is equal to q upon epsilon naught. We will put the value of q and phi e. Phi e is equal to e into 2 pi r L is equal to q lambda L from equation second, lambda L upon epsilon naught. Now we will cancel L from both sides, then E is equal to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon 0 r. This is the formula for electric field due to infinitely long straight charge wire. Thus, electric field of a line charge is inversely proportional to the distance from the line charge. Thus, electric field of a line charge is inversely proportional to distance from the line charge. Now, we will solve some numerical problem based on it. Our first numerical is an infinite line charge. An infinite line charge produces a field of 9 into 10 power 4 Newton per Coulomb. Produces a field of E. This is question 6. E is equal to 9 into 10 power 4 Newton per Coulomb. An infinite line charge produces a field of 9 into 10 power 4 Newton per Coulomb at a distance of 2 centimeter. Here R is equal to 2 centimeter. In meter we can write 2 into 10 power minus 2 meter. Calculate linear charge density. We have to calculate linear charge density. We have studied the formula of linear charge density. Lambda is equal to linear charge electric field E is equal to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon 0 r. Electric field for an infinitely long straight charge wire, we have studied the formula E is equal to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon 0 r. What is lambda? Linear charge density. Epsilon 0 permittivity of vacuum, r length of the wire. Now for this we should, for simple calculation, we should multiply and divide by 2. We shall multiply and divide by 2 in numerator and denominator. Then E is equal to 2 lambda upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r. Now we know K is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 and its value is 9 into 10 power 9. Thus we can write it E is equal to 2k lambda upon r. Then lambda is equal to E into r upon 2k. What is the value of electric field? 9 into 10 power 4 and distance 2 into 10 power minus 2 upon 2 into k, 9 into 10 power 9. We cancel 9, we cancel 2, here it become 10 power 2 and when it transfer to the numerator it become 10 power minus 7 and unit of linear charge density coulomb per meter. Now we will discuss next question. Our next question is figure shows the track of three charged particles in a uniform electrostatic field. Figure shows three charged particles. This is positively charged and this is negatively charged. Figure shows tracks of three charged particles in a uniform electrostatic field. Give the three charged particles. Suppose this is first charged particle, this is second charged particle and this is third charged particle. This is third charged particle. Give the sign of three charges. Which has highest charge to mass ratio? You should also find which have highest charge to mass ratio. A charged particle, we know that a charged particle deflected towards the oppositely charged particle. Suppose positive charge deflected towards the negative charge and negatively charged deflected towards the positive charge. Now first charged particle and second charged particle deflected towards the positive charged particle. Then what is the sign of first and second charged particle? Negatively charged particle. First, second are negatively charged particle. Now third charged particle deflected towards the negatively plates, so it is positively charged particle. Third is positively charged particle. Now we have to show which third part is which has the highest charge to mass ratio. Now we know deflection is directly proportional to E by m, charge to mass ratio. Since third charged particle deflected the most, third charge particle deflected the most. So third charge particle have highest charge to mass ratio. Third charge particle have highest charge to mass ratio. Now we will solve next question. An electrostatic field line is a continuous curve. Next question is, an electrostatic field line is a continuous curve, that is, a field line cannot have sudden breaks. Why? We know an electrostatic field lines is a continuous curve because it represents an electrostatic field line is a continuous curve because it does not breaks, because it represents actual path, of unit positive charge which experience. It represents actual path of the unit positive charge of the continuous curve. It cannot have sudden breaks. Because charges never jump from one position to another position. Because charges does not jumps from one position to another position. Now our next question is, why do electric field lines do not intersect each other? Why electric field lines do not intersect each other? Electric field lines do not intersect each other. If they intersect each other, then at the point of intersection, two tangents can be drawn. Electric field lines do not intersect each other. If they intersect each other, then at the point of intersection, two tangents can be drawn which shows two directions, which is impossible. Thus, we say that electric field lines do not intersect each other. If they intersect each other, then at a point of intersection, two tangents can be drawn which show two directions, which is impossible. Thank you.